The renewable energy market is exploding, but if you are an investment analyst or project developer, you face a real problem. You need current market data, financial projection, and geographic intelligence all in one place, and you need AI to make sense of it all. So this is why I built a SolarEdge Pro, a live AI powered dashboard that helps you evaluate solar projects in seconds, not in minutes. Let me show you how. Okay, first we see the pulse of US renewable energy market, a live matrix updated in real time from EIA, FRED, and other public APIs. Here is our retail index. The national average electricity price is 14 cents per kilowatt hour. This was just updated 12 minutes ago. Notice the live batch here. That means we are pulling from EIA API in real time. Next KPI card is a grid share. A solar and wind now represent 19.5% of US grid with an upward trend. This is a massive market movement. Right next to it, we see year over year growth shows 13.1%. That's the growth in renewable capacity from solar and wind compared to last year. The cost of debt matrix shows 4.25. That's the 10-year treasury yield from Fred. Why does this particular metric matter? Because because every renewable project is financed and interest rate directly impact IRR. This is the context you need for that. Below we see price volatility index, a rolling 24-month view of retail electricity prices. You can see the prices have stabilized around 12 cents to 14 cents, and on the right we can see that grid decarbonization. A solar versus wind generation output in terawatt hour. As you can see that in 2025 wind has produced 464 terawatt hour in compared to solar has produced 295.8 terawatt per hour, and this tells us that wind is still leads in terms of that power generation, but solar is catching up fast. Each metric has a source batch like EIA, FRED, uh, that particular data showing where data is coming from. This transparency is critical when you are making an investment decision, and notice the timestamp all fresh within the last few minutes. Finally, our project age card, which tells first time user create a project scenario to compare your LCOE against the national market rate. That's the promise of this particular dashboard. You don't just see the market, you see how the specific project fits within it. Now, when I click from that market overview project age card, it will came here to project economics tab, and we can see that here is the calculated model for 50 megawatt for Kansas at particular location. You can see that this is the economic modeling. This is the heart of investment analysis. You can change any parameter according to that, but I just want to point out that this particular capacity factor and PPA price and that install cost, these are all data. This particular three data are fetched from that open NREL API data, and that's why it's put uh, it's all is fetching from that particular location from that for Kansas location. Here you can see the different KPI cards which shows very important information regarding project, which is project IRR, NPV at calculated 6.25 rate, which is over here. You can also tweak any financial or market assumption parameter, and you can see all of that calculation updated in just a real time. So I just wanted to point out this is the year one operating summary according to this particular location and everything. And this is the most important part of this particular investment calculator, so user can have idea about what parameter they need to change, so that can have high positive impact on that project IRR. Here you can see three recommendation, which shows first is the high impact, which you need to reassess debt leverage strategy right now with 75%. If you change or something like that, the particular yield, that recommendation also change, and calculation you see also goes change. And here this is a cumulative cash flow, which shows 25-year asset life cycle of this particular project. For the first till 2042 it's going down, because you are paying up the debt that you have leverage from to build this particular solar project. And after that you can see that return on your investment is generating after that. And lastly you can see that sensitivity analysis heat map, like we need to stay in this particular green range. So user doesn't have much idea like what particular parameter it needs to change. So here just now, like if I select the install cost and PPA price, then I want to stay more between those green area. The red area means that this is high likely, and that IRR is kind of like negative for that. So, and you can see that according to the real-time market data, its raise stays between that particular range as well. So this is to particular get educate our users that what parameter can impact your solar project, etc. So I just wanted to show you that this is all real-time calculation, that this is all performing in on the client side. Now we arrive at the magic, the research assistant. Notice the sidebar on the left showing exactly what we built. Location Kansas, size 50 megawatt, solar capacity factor is 18.4, and PPA price 14.8. Everything is here fetched from this particular second tab that we built. And if you change any particular factor, then it also goes change over here as well. So this sidebar is particularly live synced. Whatever we change in project economics is here in real time. The AI analyst sees everything. The main chart area shows that it's a particular grounded AI, and this is particularly to start user what to ask, and this is general idea, and to educate the first time user how to use this particular AI analyst chart. So I'm just going to uh, select particular question from here, and I'm going to ask AI about it. And it says that my location is Kansas, which is right because we selected Kansas in that particular project economics tab, and sees that it will give response very fast. So AI responded what kind of data that it has used for it and everything. And I'm going to ask like finally, let's look at a geographic visualization. Here is an interactive map of United States. You can see that solar this particular graph is generated on basis of solar irradiation data. Darker green means more sun, which means better capacity factor. You can see that Arizona, Nevada, and California light up in a green. These are the solar gold. Let me click on that Arizona uh, state over here, and you can see that this is the live pop-up card that shows the important information that we fetch from Renewable Energy Laboratory data. You can see that solar irradiation, capacity factor, average retail price, grid emissions, and everything. Now here is an important part. If I click this particular button over here, set as active project site, then it is going to take me to that project economics tab, and it is going to select that particular location. In that particular geographic tab, I selected Arizona, so you can see that it automatically set Arizona, and you can already see that all the other factors like uh, capacity factor and PPA price, which are all fetched from that particular NREL data. So you can see that particular every other data from that real-time NREL data. And if you want to switch back to the optimistic case, then you can see all KPIs are updated according to that particular site as well. So now I am switching back to that geographic visualization tab again, and you can see that data remains persistent with that our last selection. So as you see that this is the live National Renewable Electricity Laboratory data for Wyoming state, and you can see that whole US color map is generated for that particular site. Now if I am going to switch layer and select a different layer for this particular map, then whole layer is going to change. And now you can see that different state like California, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, every other state has turned dark red, because that's what provide highest electricity prices. That's where premium uh, PPA rates are more realistic. The Midwest and South regions have lower electricity costs, so tighter margin on solar project. So if I selected that particular state, and here you can see that according to that particular PPA price, which is 84.1, the return on investment is like 51.6, which is really huge. So this visual intelligence combined with the financial model from tab 2 helps me ask, where is my solar facility most valuable? The answer isn't just higher irradiation, but it's just irradiation to the price ratio, and that's what investor really care about. So what you are seeing here is the live data from EI, FRED, and NREL, all that verified current, and all data is grounded in reality. And also this AI research assistant that can doesn't guess its sites, and a financial model that runs on your browser in real time for unlimited scenarios. For investment teams, renewable energy developers, and policy analysts, this is the future of project evolution, data driven, AI augmented, and accessible. That's a SolarEdge Pro. Thank you.